Oxygen not included. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Oxygen Not Included is a space colony simulation game. Manage your colonists and help them dig, build and maintain a subterranean asteroid base. You'll need water, warmth, food and oxygen to keep them alive, and even more than that if you want to keep them happy. Guys, I've got a gem for you today. This is an absolute brilliant little game this. It's $14.99 currently on the Steam store. And yes, it's another one of those colony building games, but this is pretty much the best one I've ever played. And it's still in alpha. It's still getting refined. It's still getting everything added to it. So it's a pleasure that we have some good innovation going on here. I don't know what it is about this. I don't know whether it's the artwork, whether it's the sounds, the animations, or just the gameplay. I kind of like all of it. And that's very bloody rare on this channel that I like everything. It's made by the same developers that did Don't Starve and Invisible Link. And they've done a cracking job of this. This is really up my street. So what you do is, guys, you start off with 3 guys and you can choose them by clicking the randomize button and you'll get random colonists to start with. You can choose which one you want. They have different traits, they have different things that's good for them, different things that's bad. Some vomit all the time, some when they lose their temper will break things, some will randomly fall asleep. It tells you everything about them. It tells you their stats, what they're good at, what they're bad at, what they can do, what they can't do, whether they can fight, whether they can't fight. And it's up to you to choose the best 3 for the kind of game that you're going to have. Once you've done that, the world will generate. It's a random world, and this is pretty much the only style of game that I kind of like procedurally generated worlds for, because in this it means no 2 games are going to be the same, which is nice, which gives it a good bit of replayability. Once you get in the game, you'll find yourself in a cavern, and then it's game on. Pretty much you have some rations and you have this big 3D printing machine which brings in new colonists I think it's every 24 minutes or 25 minutes. You can't hang around because you are running out of oxygen and food straight away. So what you have to do is start providing for your colonists by mining out different areas of the asteroid that you're in. The asteroid will be filled with caverns all over the place. Some will have water in, some will have oxygen, some might have hydrogen, some might have monsters in it, some might have food in it. It's all random. Also, what I love about this game is the oxygen is represented as like a gaseous form, a visible bluish wispy form that you can see. And as the game goes on and you build more and more machines to help you on your progress and you use more and more oxygen, you are emitting carbon dioxide. You breathe in oxygen and you breathe out carbon dioxide. Now, because the carbon dioxide is not being vented anywhere, it starts to form in the air. You also get hydrogen because of the certain machines that you have that will emit a bit of hydrogen. That's like an orangey, a red, purpley kind of colour. So you can see all these contaminated gases which will kill your colonists. But luckily there are machines that you can build further down the research tree, which I'll come to in a second, that will allow you to convert hydrogen into energy, for example, which is essential if you want to survive long term. But essentially the first thing that you've got to do is get your food supply sorted out. This was the thing that almost killed my guys. You grow plants and you can harvest the plants once they've grown. The plants need to be in the right environment to grow though, and it's all about environmental controls, which is where research comes in. But coming back to the food, you can build stoves and you can make these like horrible mushy shitty things, but then you can build a fryer and fry them and they're a bit nicer, but they will give you diarrhea at first when you start giving them to your colonists. But you can combat that by frying them, and that kind of negates the diarrhea effect. I don't know why. I think it would give me even more diarrhea, but you know. So you get your food sorted out, you start planting your plants, you start getting your basic things laid down, and then you need to get oxygen pumping. Now there's a few ways you can get oxygen. You can take algae and convert it to oxygen via a machine. The machine needs a generator. You don't have it, so you make this kind of like hamster wheel, wire it up to a makeshift battery, wire that up to the machine that you needed, and then you get somebody in it to run round and round and generate electricity, which is so funny. It's so good that that's how you do it to start with. You then build a research bench and you can start researching things. There's a lot of stuff to research. It takes a while, and it's important that you cater your researching to the environment that you've been put in. You need to have a look at whether you're going to be short on food, whether you need sanitation sorted out, because these people shit and piss everywhere. You have to build a toilet, you've got to build a shower, you've got to build a hand washing place. There's so much to build. There is so much to build. You're going to be occupied for not hours but days, weeks, months playing this game if you're into this kind of management style game. I mean, I love the whole idea that some of the caverns are filled with water and you have to pipe the water in, and you can convert the water to oxygen by putting on various pumps. You can pump out various gases, combine them. You can do all sorts. It's as deep as you want it to be. It's very deep, this game. It's one of the deepest management games I've played. You can also tile away your place, make it look nice. I mean, what you're seeing now is just a mess because it's just kind of the raw rock and stuff, but you can use tiles, you use decor, because if you don't, they'll get stressed out, and when they get stressed out, they'll start vomiting and attacking things. So there's that. There's also other life around here that you have to be careful about, because pretty much they're all hostile and they'll go for you. They'll also eat your resources up as well, and you can fight back using your guns, but some of them are tough, so you need more people to do it. The more people you have, the more food you're going to consume, the more oxygen you're going to use. So it's a balance. It's a big balance. It's currently in alpha, guys, and I'm going to revisit this in probably 3 to 6 months time, which means about 2 years. It is one of them games that makes me happy that I'm on the PC, and I do hope this comes out on the consoles. I really do, because I think every gamer should be allowed to see a game like this and play it. And I know it's not going to be for every gamer, but it's certainly for me. I love it, so it's definitely worth a buy.